Our top focus on Newspoint right now. The US President Joe Biden has described Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's approach to the war in Gaza as a mistake. And this is Biden's sharpest critique of how the Israeli government is handling the war with Hamas in Gaza. Well, Biden made the statement during an interview with Univision that was taped just days after Israeli military strikes killed 7 World Central Kitchen aid workers.
My word, that I think what he's doing is a mistake. I don't agree with his approach. I think it's outrageous that those 3 vehicles were hit by drones and taken out on a highway where it wasn't like it was along the shore. It wasn't like there was a convoy moving there, etc. So what I'm calling for is for the Israelis to just call for a ceasefire, allow for the next 6-8 weeks total access to all food and medicine going into the country.
Meanwhile, the U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has said that Hamas has been presented a very serious offer for a truce and hostage deal. The proposal was handed by Egyptian and Qatari mediators at talks in Egypt. However, Hamas in their response said that the Israeli proposal on a ceasefire did not meet the demands of Palestinian militant factions, but it would study the offer further and deliver its response to the mediators. On the eve of Eid ul-Fitr, an airstrike on residential building in the Nusrat refugee camp in the central Gaza Strip killed at least 14 Palestinians. The Hamas-run health ministry said that other strikes were reported in Deir el-Bala in central Gaza and Rafah in the far south. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu has repeatedly flagged plans for a ground assault on Rafah, where more than 1 million displaced civilians are holed up. Now, despite international pressure and pleas for restraint, Netanyahu wants to go forward with the Rafah invasion plan. According to sources, Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant, in a phone call to the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, specified that so far no date has been finalized for the Israeli operation in Rafah. Meanwhile, the UK government has decided not to halt sales of arms to Israel by British companies. The statement was made by UK Foreign Minister David Cameron 6 months into the Israeli air and ground campaign in Gaza, triggered by Hamas's October 7th attack on southern Israel. UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak's government has come under heavy pressure to revoke licenses that allow arms exports to Israel. Now, crises in the Red Sea continue to spiral, as in the latest, the US military said that it had destroyed an inbound anti-ship ballistic missile over the Gulf of Aden that was launched by Iranian-backed Houthis, and it likely targeted the MV Yorktown. According to U.S. Central Command's post on the social media platform X, no injuries or damage was reported. Now, Houthi attacks have disrupted global shipping through the Suez Canal, forcing firms to reroute to longer and more expensive journeys around southern Africa. The militants, who control the most populous parts of Yemen, call their action a response to Israel's military operations in Gaza and a show of support to the Palestinians in the ongoing war.